two stories are colliding on this channel today, and one of them stings a lot more than the other. AJ Lawson is heading to Europe, and Evan Sidery just said the Kawhi Leonard trade might not get resolved until September. So basically, we've got a small heartbreak and a massive headache landing on the same day. In this video, we're breaking down AJ Lawson signing overseas and why that's a genuinely bittersweet moment for this fan base. And then we're getting into Evan Sidery's report on the Kawhi Leonard trade potentially staying frozen all the way until training camp. Plus, what it means that Brandon Ingram and Gradey Dick are reportedly already operating like Clippers. Before we get into it, quick shout out. We're closing in on our next subscriber milestone on this channel. And honestly, the Kawhi situation alone has kept us putting out daily uploads basically nonstop this summer. So if you're not subscribed yet, hit that button, turn on notifications so you don't miss a single thing, because between this trade drama and everything else going on with this roster, there is genuinely too much happening to miss an episode right now. All right, so let's get into it. Starting with AJ Lawson, according to Spanish journalist Chima De Lucas, Baskonia has agreed to a deal with Lawson, meaning our guy is heading over to play in Spain instead of sticking around the NBA ecosystem. And look, I get why this isn't some franchise-altering headline. Lawson was never going to be a star for us, but I think there's something genuinely sad about watching a hometown kid, a Brampton native who fought his way up from two-way deals and G League call-ups, decide it's time to take his talents overseas. He earned that standard contract through actual performance with Raptors 905, made an All-NBA G League second team, and grinded his way onto our playoff roster this past spring. And that's really what makes this one sting a little, because Lawson actually gave us real energy minutes in that first round series against Cleveland. He fought through back spasms just to be available for Game 4. He was out there competing every single possession he got. And even though the box score numbers were modest, anybody who watched those games saw a guy playing with an edge, diving for loose balls, bringing juice off the bench in spurts when we needed it in a series that went the full 7 games. Personally, I think a guy like that deserves a real crack at a rotation spot somewhere. And if it's not going to be here in Toronto with our depth chart getting more crowded by the day, I get why he's chasing that opportunity in a bigger role in Europe instead. I wish him nothing but success out there, genuinely. Now let's shift into the story that's actually got this whole fan base on edge again, because just when we thought we had some clarity, we don't. Evan Sidery reported that the Raptors' blockbuster trade for Kawhi Leonard could remain on hold all the way until September, right before training camps open. And he specifically said there's no sense that the league's investigation into the Clippers and Leonard is close to being finalized. And I need you to sit with how insane that actually is for a second, because it was basically just days ago that we were on this channel celebrating Mike Vorkanov's report that the investigation phase was over and the league was simply reviewing findings. Now we're hearing the exact opposite vibe from another well-connected reporter, that there's no sense any of this is close to being finalized, and that we could be looking at a scenario where this drags all the way into September. That's not just a minor update, that's a complete swing in the tone of this story within the span of a single week, and I think that whiplash alone tells you how genuinely messy this entire situation has become behind the scenes. And here's the part that makes it feel even more real and even more uncomfortable. Reports and reporting out of the Clippers organization, including from Mark Stein, have indicated that Brandon Ingram and Gradey Dick have already been operating like they're Clippers, working out, training, and basically living their lives out in LA as if the trade is already finalized on their end. So you've got both sides of this deal essentially proceeding as if it's real, players fully invested in organizations that technically, on paper, they don't belong to anymore, while the actual league office can't get its own investigation wrapped up fast enough to make it official. That is about as messy as a supposedly done trade can possibly look. Think about how bad this actually is for everyone involved. Ingram has been building relationships with the new coaching staff and teammates in Los Angeles for months now. Kawhi's been showing up around Toronto, at Kyle Lowry's retirement, at Summer League, basically playing the part of a Raptor already. And now we're being told this could stretch all the way to the start of training camp, which means there's a real chance guys show up to the wrong practice facilities in October, still technically employed by the wrong team. I don't think I'm being dramatic when I say that's an embarrassing look for the league and not for either franchise. And I'll say it again because it needs to be said. The NBA dropped the ball on this one badly. This investigation started because of alleged cap circumvention on the Clippers end, not because of anything the Raptors did, and yet it's our franchise, or our new guy in Kawhi. And honestly, this entire fan base that's been left in limbo for the better part of a year now. Adam Silver said back in early July he wanted this cleaned up by summer's end, and here we are with a credible reporter saying there's no sense it's anywhere close to finalized. For a league that's usually so buttoned up about controlling its own offseason narrative, letting one of the biggest trades in recent memory turn into this drawn-out mess reflects poorly on the commissioner's office, plain and simple. We've been tracking this story since the day the trade was first agreed to. And if you told us back in early July that we'd still be talking about the exact same unresolved investigation heading into August, most of us wouldn't have believed you. But here we are. And honestly, given how quickly the tone has flipped between it's basically over and there's no sense it's close, I think the smartest thing we can all do at this point is stop taking any single report as gospel until we actually see the trade get formally approved. Here's a question I want answered honestly in the comments. Does this whole situation make you more frustrated with the league, or are you just numb to it at this point after months of back and forth? And on top of that, drop a good luck message for AJ Lawson if you got anything out of watching him fight for that roster spot this year. I think he deserves that much from this fan base on his way out. Look, it's been a weird day on this channel, celebrating a hometown guy heading off to a new chapter in Europe while also getting hit with a genuinely frustrating update on the biggest story of our summer. Lawson earned everything he got here, and I hope Spain treats him well. As for Kawhi, Ingram, and Dick, all we can do at this point is keep waiting and keep you updated the second anything real changes, whether that's this week or, unfortunately, all the way in September. Appreciate everybody pulling up for this one. As always, if this breakdown helped make sense of both of these stories, do me a favor and hit subscribe so you don't miss it. When this Kawhi situation finally gets resolved one way or another, drop your thoughts in the comments on both stories. Until next time, I'm signing off. Cheers.